Yo, what is going on, guys? Chef Teebull is finally back. Another cooking video coming your way. I apologize for the long delay. There's going to be lots more cooking coming in the foreseeable future. Today we're in the bakery, as you can see. I have been, in the build up to Christmas, I've been baking lots of bread. I actually had a new stand mixer for Christmas, so I'm going to be using that today to mix up the dough. So simple to do to make your own bread and so delicious. But before we get into it, guys, I'm going to show you how to make this white bloomer. Take a little moment, smash that thumbs up button for me. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing that too. Really helps out the channel. Turn on your notification bell, set that to all, and you'll be notified every time I post a video. Also, feel free to make a little comment in the comment section below. Alrighty, guys, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, here is a list of the ingredients needed for this white bloomer. Like I said, it's very simple. It only uses 5 ingredients. You can add other things if you like. If you like seeded bread, you can swap out the strong white flour for wholemeal flour if you like brown bread. You can add cheese, spices, it's up to you, but this is just a simple plain white bloomer. But here's the ingredients. I'll put a list of these in the description down below as well if you want to follow along or attempt to make this yourselves. Alright, let's get into the video. Right, let's start with the preparation. So this can be done by hand because I've got a new stand mixer, I'm using that today. But you want to tear your scales with the bowl on top. So that's nice. Now set on 0. We're going to attach the dough hook attachment to the stand mixer. But like I said, you can do this by hand. Simple loaf, not a problem to mix it by hand at all. So scales are all set. We're going to reach for the strong white flour. You'll see it's usually called bread flour or strong white bread flour. It's usually got pictures of bread on the packaging as well, so it's quite a good indication that you're using the right flour for making bread. So open, there's 500 grams of this flour. Okay, and next you want to get your packet of fast acting yeast. This typically comes in about 7 gram sachets. So one of these, pour that straight in. There we go, nice and simple. Then we're going to move on to the salt. So now adding 2 teaspoons of salt. I wouldn't recommend going any more than that. It's just regular table salt, but yeah, the salt can stop the yeast actually working, so you don't want to overdo it with the salt. So I recommend 2 teaspoons, should be plenty. Get that in there. Then we're going to move on. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of oil. I've gone for some organic extra virgin olive oil. You can just use sunflower oil, vegetable oil, it's up to you. So 2 tablespoons of this straight in there. And then it is time to reach for the jug of water. It's going to be 350 ml of lukewarm water. And I stress it must be lukewarm because this acts with the yeast and makes the yeast work much better and faster. Okay, so in goes the water, nice and lukewarm. And that is everything you need in your mixture. So now I'm going to attach the bowl back onto the mixer, close the lid, and you want to turn this on to speed 1 or 2. If you're doing this by hand, you just want to knead it till it all comes together. There's no flour left sticking to the sides of the bowl. If you're doing it in the mixer, you may find you want to add some more flour into it if it's a little bit sticky. So you just want the dough to all come together and form a nice ball. Okay, that's had about 3 to 4 minutes going around in the mixer. I did have to add more flour. It's now all come together, as you can see. I am just pressing it against the bowl to get the excess flour off the bowl and into the center of the dough. Just going to knead that together a little bit. Then that is ready to go. We're going to place this now into a bowl that I have lined just a little layer of oil in the bottom of the bowl and around the sides. I'm then going to place the ball of dough into this bowl, cover with some cling film, set aside for about half an hour or until the dough has tripled in size. And we'll come back to you in just a while.
Okay, about an hour has passed now and the dough has tripled in size, so we're going to flour a work surface and get ready to knead this and get it shaped, ready for its second proof. If you have an airing cupboard or a place that's quite warm, you could probably get away with proving it for a bit less time, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I've gone for just about an hour. As you can see, the dough is significantly bigger. We're going to now carefully get this out and we are going to knead it on the table with the flour to stop it sticking. So what I like to do is pinch from edge and then sort of, you'll see the motion I use. I pinch and pull it towards the middle and then press down with my fist. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the top here as well, because the dough is a little bit sticky. So you'll see now I'm stretching it out and I pull from the corners, push it into the center and then press in. This is now going to knock all the air out of it, because I want it to prove for a second time. So now I'm going to use my fingers. I'm going to press down like this, stretching as I pull the dough apart. I want to try and aim for a more rectangular shape. I'm going to flip it over and do the same again. Make sure there's plenty of flour on your work surface so the dough doesn't stick. Once you've got it stretched out and in a slightly rectangular shape, we can then get to the shaping of the bread. It's actually quite important if you want to do a bloomer, is to shape it this way. So now I'm happy with that. What we're going to do is roll from one end into the center and then get from the other end into the center, and then that's where it overlaps is going to be the bottom, and you're going to tuck in the ends just like I'm doing there. Pat it about a little bit, get it a bit more even on each end, and that is now going to go onto a baking tray, which, if you've got baking paper, ideally aligned with that. I've used all my baking paper, so I've got some heavy dew foil. It will do the same thing, not a problem. So that's going to go on the tray. You are then going to want to cover this over with a clean tea towel. The oven is now preheated to 200 degrees, so we're going to come back once this has now doubled in size. Oh yeah, almost forgot as well, I've got a sharp knife and I've just scored 3 lines across the top of it, and that just helps some of the egg release. So there we go, that's going to be covered with a tea towel, left on the side. When it's doubled in size, it's going to go in the 200 degree preheated oven for about half an hour, but we'll come back to you as we're about to put it in the oven. Okay, the bread has had its second proof. It's been there for about another hour. It has doubled in size. It's now ready to go in the oven for 30 minutes. Set yourself a timer and come check back in half an hour. There we have it. Timer's gone off. 30 minutes has passed. Out comes the bloomer. As you can see, it's lovely and golden brown. What I like to do to make sure, I call it the tap test. Careful with your fingers because it's going to be hot. But yeah, turn it over. Give the bottom a little tap. If it sounds kind of hollow, you're pretty much good to go. So that's going to go now on a cooling rack, ready to cool down. As soon as it's cool, going to slice me a piece, stick a thick layer of butter on it, and you're good to go. That is the white bloomer. Very, very easy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you've also tried to make this, and you can feel free to send me some pictures in the Discord. Guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.